You know, if you fish river systems, we're on the Mississippi River here today. Specifically, we're on Lake Pepin, which is, it more resembles a reservoir, but there's still current. But you know, when you get in current, probably one of the most foolproof and simplest presentations, it just catches a lot of fish. It's just your basic three-way rig. Now basically, a three-way rig, you've got your three-way swivel, and typically, you know, we're running 8 inches to maybe a foot. You can experiment with the dropper, and then running a weight on the bottom, which this is a 2-ounce weight. And then on the back end here, we're running a 4-foot snell. And that there is just a Northland Gum Drop Floater with just a leech, which you can use a half crawler. With a lot of presentations, if you try to drag up or down with the current, you get a bow on the line from the current. And so the three-way rig, the weight on the bottom takes that bow out of your line, and so you've just got a good connection to the bottom at all times. The other thing is it keeps your presentation near the bottom. And the big thing, this is a 2-ounce weight. I mean, there's no right or wrong as long as you find the bottom. But here's the thing, is like on the Minnesota side, you can use 2 lines. On the Wisconsin side, you can use 3 lines. And so say if you have 3 or 4 people in the boat, you know, you can run a lot of rods below and behind the boat, and you can stagger your lines by just changing the weight. And so a lot of times on the front of the boat, for example, run 2 ounce, out the back of the boat, run 1 ounce. And the other thing is just to keep your lines staggered. What works really good for bottom balancers and three-way rigs is just a low profile line counter reel. So this is a Scheels exclusive reel. It's a cold water series, but you can just see there, I mean, it just looks like a regular bait casting reel with a flipping switch and a line counter. So it's made specifically for hand-holding bottom balancers or three-way rigs. And that's key in the sense that, like on the front lines, for example, 2 ounces of weight, we might be letting out in 20 feet of water, we might be letting out, say, 27 feet. And then on the back lines, we might be letting out 35 feet, just so we can keep everything staggered so that we don't get tangled up. And so that's the big thing, is when you start running lots of lines below and behind the boat, multiple rods, you want to make sure everything's kept separate so you don't get tangled up on your turns especially. And so the three-way rig, it's a simple rig. It should really be in every river angler's arsenal, you know, if you're out here chasing walleyes. And it's forgiving, and it just catches a lot of fish. And so, you know what, if you're looking for technical equipment, you know, as far as specialized gear, stuff that's made just for walleye fishing, you want to find out more information, you know, on a lot of these products, go in your nearest Scheels store. They'll be able to answer a lot of questions. They'll be able to point out some of this gear, and it just makes it simpler. You can just come out here and catch some fish.